Hey guys, it's Brandi, and today I have a story time for you. You might be thinking, why are you wearing cat ears? Because my story time is me talking about the time I was a catfish. So I thought the ears were appropriate, even though it's a fish and not actually a cat. And yeah. This happened back when I was a junior. I had just entered my junior year, and two of my friends, I won't name their names, I'll just call them friend A and friend B, they made this catfish account. It's because we went to a really small Catholic high school, and the boys pool there was very, 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 very small. Like, talking about, there was like, in my class alone, maybe 60 or 70 guys, and no. I think the reasoning behind making the account in the first place was just to add the neighboring all boys schools or other Catholic high schools that were known for having hot guys. The point was to add those guys randomly on Facebook with that account just to see their lives or whatever. They told me about it one day when we were on our way to a softball game, and I was like, no way, you're catfishing people? And they were like, not really, because it's like, we're not pretending to be, well, we are pretending to be, but we're not building relationships with anyone. We're just flirting with boys and then never talking to them again type thing. And I was like, that sounds fun. And so they gave me the password, they gave me the email. I decided to go on the Facebook, and I was only on that Facebook for about a week and a half before I stopped because of what I did. So that's where it comes to me catfishing someone. The first day it was fine, I was adding whatever, whoever I thought was hot, or just in general, just friends of hot guys, because that's what we did also, just to make it look more real. We also added girls as well, just to make the Facebook not seem so fake. So I added this one guy, we'll call him Bert. So, I know, super hot name. This guy Bert messaged the catfish account, and I don't know if it was me who added him or if it was someone else, one of the girls who added him, but either way, he was like, hi, do I know you? And I was just like, fuck, because normally people wouldn't message, or they would just be like, hey, you're cute type thing. They wouldn't ask like, oh, how do I know you? I was just like, oh, I just moved here. The typical catfish story. I just moved here. I'm just getting situated. Yeah, that was my thing. Our thing was next semester we're gonna go into whatever school it was. I don't remember exactly what school. And that was our reasoning for not being in any school right now. We were homeschooled at that time. This was a really cool guy. He's a very, very sweet guy. So he started talking to her a lot, and then he invited her to go to, he went to an all-boys school, so he invited her to go to a school dance. And me not knowing how to answer that, I was like, oh, maybe I'll go see, because little did he know I was actually going to that dance. So because it was my cousin's school, so I would always go. And I would bring my friends, of course, because it was an all-boys school, and we would, just hang out with a bunch of guys, which was, for high schoolers, that's pretty fun. But obviously we weren't hoeing it up, if that's what you're thinking, so relax. So I already knew I was going to this dance, and I was like, technically I'm not lying, just because I'm going. So then he was like, oh, I'll buy us the theme shirts. He was offering to buy her a shirt to match with him to go as a date, and I felt so bad. You can tell he was starting to not maybe specifically get feelings for her, but he was starting to feel some type of weight toward her. He even got a fake text now number. I think that's what it's called. One of those fake texting apps. It's not fake, but some people use it that don't have actual phones, or you use it only when you have Wi-Fi. I talked to him a couple times a day, and then at night on Facebook, because that was just the easiest route to go. And he just started saying oh, I want to take you on a date, I want to take you this, I want to take you out. And it was just this would be awesome if it was actually me. So then eventually the day the day before the dance came, and I told him, hey, you know what, I kind of friend zoned him, which was kind of fucked up of me, just because it wasn't even me friend zoning him, it was the catfish friend zoning him. I was like, I just moved here, I don't want to get into a relationship, I think this is moving too fast, maybe down the road we'll hang out, I just don't feel comfortable in myself, da da da. And he was just like, why, I don't get it, da 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 da. And I was just like, So then I kind of stopped talking to him, because then he got really offended after. Obviously I completely understand, but he got really offended and was just like, I don't want to talk to you right now. So he didn't for a couple days, and then eventually I felt really bad. I felt really, really bad, because it wasn't him, it was just I was a catfish. I couldn't be like, yeah, let's be in a relationship, and then show up and it be me, you know? I ended up being like, hey, I need to tell you something. And this was after the dance had already passed and everything. And he was just like, hey, what's up? Like, okay, go ahead and tell me. And I was like, I know you're gonna hate me. I know you're gonna think I'm weird. You're gonna think I'm this. You're gonna think I'm that. But I'm not who I've been saying I am. Then I explained the whole, my friends made the account, and he's the only person I actually interacted with other than just like responding to like a hey, you're cute type thing. And then he was like, well, can you tell me who you really are? So I did, and he added me on Facebook, and then he was just like, oh, I saw you at the dance, you were wearing red shorts, right? I was like, yeah, and he was like, I don't know why you didn't just like add me as yourself, because I think you're pretty. I think that it, like, not saying that we would have like been in a relationship or something, or we would have dated, but he was like, you don't need to be a catfish type thing. And that was, I think, the biggest thing I got from this whole catfish situation was, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that, because, you know, we are all self-conscious with ourselves in some way or another, but I learned that catfishing is wrong. So whenever I did add people, I would add them as myself. And I also stopped adding people I didn't know, because, you know, it got to be a little weird for everyone. But then anyways, back to the story. He was like, maybe we can still talk, you know, because we were talking on like a daily basis, even just as friends. And I was like, that's completely fine, like, you're cool. Back in when I was a junior, my type was like super tall, not even just like 6'2" type tall, but I was like, if you were over 6'4", I was like, oh my god, you know, a little 16-year-old girl. I was like, I have this type, I only like this, and this. So, you know, the whole tall thing was going on in my mind. He was 6'7" and a volleyball player, so, but he was tall and he was nice, so I was like, okay, maybe like this guy will be like my first boyfriend. So he texted me on my phone, like we talked about like maybe 2-3 days, then he stopped talking to me, and I can tell there was something obviously wrong. And then after a week of not talking to him, I just messaged him and was like, it's weird, huh? And he was just like, I'm sorry, I can't get over that you catfished me. He was like, you seem like a really nice girl, and it's just too weird for me, so therefore I can't talk to you anymore. And I was just like, I completely understand. Lesson learned, guys. Don't catfish people. If you're catfishing someone, don't do it. Especially if you're doing it and trying to like pursue someone, because that's just not okay. And I learned from this. I never catfish someone again. So let me know, have you guys ever catfished someone? Have you ever been catfished? Because I've almost gotten catfished several times when I would use like the apps like Hot or Not or Tinder. Yeah, I was that girl at one point, because I wanted attention, okay? Sue me. But I would always catch on, because it's very obvious when someone's catfishing you. Maybe I'll do a catfish 101 video on how to look out for signs of catfishing someone. But yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm just Brandi and editing. Just end the video now.